Hello, Clearwater Huskies. Do you know what time it is? It's time to finish our book. We're ready for the cover. That's the reward I said you would have after weeks of hard work in researching, note-taking, writing, and illustrating. So let's get started. I'm going to share some slides with you and a story. Here we go. Have a question for you. And that question is, why does my book need a cover? Here we go, and move my face out of the way. All right. Why does my book need a cover? Why does my Habitats of Indiana book need a cover? Well, you're staring right now at a blank cover. That is my book, and it has nothing on the cover. So I'm so glad you asked why you need a cover. Let me tell you a sad, sad tale of the book that had no cover. Here it goes. I hope you have your Kleenex ready. Here it goes. Here it goes, I swear. The Book with No Cover by Mrs. Middleton. Once upon a time, there was a book with no cover. No one noticed it, so no one read it. The end. Well, I said it was a sad story. I did not say it was a long story. Let's make sure this doesn't happen to your book. We don't want any blank covers. We want covers that get you noticed. So we're going to learn what it takes to get noticed on a cover. Nonfiction book covers do a very important job. And let's just look at this one. Oh, I wanted to pick a nonfiction book that had such an interesting cover. So I put little arrows all over it to show you all the different parts of our nonfiction covers. So first of all, what you see, the thing that sticks out the most to you is that cover art. Cover art can be an illustration, a hand drawing, or a photo, but this happens to be a photo, and it is quite a photo. It draws your attention and it keeps your attention. I can't get my eyes off of his tongue and his eye. Wow. This not only has cover art, it also has a title. Now the title normally is all together, but this title has part of it up here and part of it up here. And the first part of the title says, Terrific Tongues, Up Close. So that tells me that this particular book is about probably not just this guy's tongue, but lots of different animal tongues. And not only are we going to see tongues, but we're going to see them up close. Also, this book at the bottom has a name written here, Melissa Stewart. And that is the author of the book, the person who wrote it rather. Okay, so I want to go over the things that covers must have, and they're here on the side. Book covers must get the reader's attention and tell about what is inside the book. Does this particular cover do that? Yes, it does. It tells you that inside the book will be information about terrific tongues, and we'll probably see up close pictures about it. And it gets our attention because it has this reptile's picture. Every cover needs a title. This one has it, Terrific Tongues, Up Close. It needs cover art. This particular cover art is a photo. And notice that the photo of that reptile is not small. It takes up most of the page, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in your cover art as well. The cover art is either an illustration or a photo, and the cover art gets and holds the reader's attention and shows them more about the topic. Also, the cover has author and illustrator information that tells the reader who wrote the words and who drew the pictures. Well, it does not say who gave the photos, but it does tell us who wrote it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I wanted to share a couple other nonfiction book covers with you to show you how they put them together, because not every nonfiction cover is the same. All kinds of different ones. This one has something that the others didn't. The other one didn't. It has publisher information. That means the company that had the book printed and sold the book in stores, that kind of thing. It also has the title, which we always need. And it has, and I forgot to mark the cover art. The cover art here is, again, a photo. And this title says True or False Birds. So that tells me that inside the book, it's probably going to be, first of all about birds. And it's going to have true or false questions about birds. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, then this will be a good one for you. And then it has something different. We have co-authors written here. That means two people that wrote the book together, Melvin and Gilda Berger. Okay, let's look at this one. This one, I really want you to pay attention to, because this is kind of what we're going to be doing in our cover. This is called, the title is Five Brave Explorers. The author is, it says, by Wade Hudson, and it was illustrated by Ron Garnett. So this is the guy that did the drawings, which is what we're going to do on ours, and this is the author. And then if we look at the if we look at the cover art, these are drawings not just of one person, but five brave explorers. And that kind of goes along with our cover, because we have 4 habitats that we need to include. So look at how they were able to put little pictures of all, in a bigger picture here of Mae Jemison, of all these brave explorers. So we'll keep that in mind. All right, next. For your book, you have your plain white page at the beginning. You need to make a plan for where you're going to put all of your information. I need to get a title in there. I need to get the cover art, which is going to be an illustration. And I need to get the author and illustrator's name, which is me. You will have your name on yours. All right. And then I really want you to do this part. It says sketch. Sketch in pencil first so you can make changes. Let me tell you, I did this, as you can see, I sketched mine in pencil. I made lots of changes to mine. I'm so glad I put it in pencil, because if I didn't, I would not have been able to make, it would have been messy. So I have, what I've done, since I have to get 4 habitats on the cover, I put boxes. I have forest, river, pond, and cave. This is my title. So my cover art will take up all the space here, which is what we want. And then I have down here the author and illustrator information. I am both. So I put by Mrs. Middleton. Well, I'm going to move on to my finished art. And we're going to talk about if my cover art, or if my cover has everything we need in it, as I told you in the beginning. Okay, first of all, this is a checklist, and I put a checklist on the Week at a Glance so that your families can pull this up, so you can actually check and make sure you have all this stuff on your cover. All right, the first thing, does the cover get the reader's attention? Well, I hope so, because there's a lot going on in this cover. It's not a lot of different color, because the habitats that we're working on are greens and browns and blues and blacks and grays. So, but I have a lot of things going on, and hopefully that's getting your attention. Does the cover have a title in large letters that tells the reader the book topic? I do. Right at the top, the biggest letters are Habitats of Indiana. And I did something different. You do not have to do this, but I thought it'd be fun to include the colors of the different habitats that we learned about. Here's the forest. This is the green and browns of the forest. Here's the blue and the green of the rivers and ponds. And here's the grayish black of the caves. And so I kind of did some fancy illustrations there. Don't think you have to do that. You do what works for you. And then down here, I drew a little tiny rectangle of every habitat. Now, did I put every animal, every plant, everything that I did in my book? No, I didn't. I did a few. I didn't want this to look messy. I just did a little bit. I have some catfish in the river and I have some other fish in the river. I have a beaver dam. I have in the pond a crayfish and a frog and some reeds. In the cave, I have a bat hanging, and in the forest, if you look up here, I have an owl. That is all. I didn't want to overwhelm. Okay, so let's keep going with our checklist. So yes, my cover did have the title in large letters. This tells what the whole book will be about. Does the cover have cover art? Either photo or illustration? Yes, I have illustrations. Does the cover art hold the reader's attention and show them more about the topic? I think it does, but then I drew it. I hope it holds your attention. But for me, I kind of find my eyes going back and forth, looking at all the pictures to find more about what the rest of the book will be about. If I was reading this for the first time and I hadn't written it, I would say, oh, it will be about habitats, but not just habitats, the ones in Indiana. And it will be about 4 habitats in Indiana, because that's what it shows me. So I would know exactly what I was going to be reading. Okay, and does the cover show the author and illustrator information? Yep, down at the bottom. It's not my neatest writing. I should have done that a little more neatly, but it says written and illustrated by Mrs. Middleton. Yours will have that by you too. So today, your last assignment for writing is, well, I shouldn't say that, second to last assignment for writing. Right now, you're going to, for Tuesday, you're going to create your cover art and create your cover. Make sure it has all of the things on the checklist. I can't wait to see them. The next video I'm going to create is going to be showing you how you're going to share this great book that you've come up with the rest of our class. So look for that coming up very soon, and have a great time finishing this book. I can't wait to see them. Take care.